Good morning. What is going on, everybody? Sorry, I just had to get my computer situated. That's why I took a little bit to actually hit that go live. All right, let's see who's here. Let me pop out the chat quick and check. Mr. Yeti, I believe, is in the house, if I'm not mistaken. I thought I saw him. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. Dan Ruggs, good to see you. Nah City, Leo Lusting. Who else? Mike the Miner, Old Man Crypto. What's up, buddy? Nerd Beast, Dumpster Fire, Steven Cicero. You guys are awesome. Appreciate you all. All right, Chris Hanley. Anybody else that I missed in the chat? I apologize. But let's get into what am I doing? There we go. Let's see what we're looking like today. Let's start over here. I guess a coin 360, 27,745. Bitcoin, Ethereum, 1854. Dogecoin, man, what's going on with that? It's still 7 cents. Litecoin, what's this at? It's 79, so it's almost $80. But geez, man, these two have taken a shit lately. I kind of want to see what the profitability is over on Mine the ASIC. We'll check that out in a little bit. Let's see. The last day, Kava. Dude, you guys see this? My computer's like sketching out. I don't know what the hell's going on. I just literally turned it on. I don't get it. Anyways, Render's up 3.4%. Kava is up 13.4. BGB is 5.2. I don't know what the hell that is. Man, isn't this the Terra Luna coin? Terra Classic? What the hell? Why is that up 6%? This and the FTT token. I don't understand why people are still into those shit coins. I don't get it. Makes no sense to me. Anyways, let me know if you guys are investing into that stuff. And if this stream is sketchy at all, please, guys, let me know. Yeti, yes, we should still be good for 2 p.m. Hopefully. Hopefully. I know I have somebody coming by, but I'll keep you guys updated. It should be around 2 p.m. that myself and Yeti are going to do a deep dive on Clore. So he's done some virus scans and all that stuff. And then we'll just kind of talk about it. So if you guys are interested in Clore AI, we'll get into that at some point today. Top 10 coins: Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tether, BNB, USD Coin, XRP, Cardano, Lido Staked Ether, Dogecoin, and Solana in 10th. Interesting. Looks like Matic got knocked out of 10th place. Interesting. All right. Fear and Greed Index, 52. Sorry for blinding you guys. All right. Actually, you know what? I want to read this first. I need to get a dark mode on this. I apologize. This is Brave browser, so it's a little different. Let me get some music on too, because this is really crappy without music. Oh, what am I doing? Ruining stuff. Hold on. Oh man, I've been thrown all off. Yesterday screwed me all up, and this morning I'm like, I don't know why I've been like abnormally tired. I don't know about you guys, but this YouTube stuff's killing me. I'm just kidding. All right, let's get some music on. All right, so Biden calls to end $18 billion crypto tax loopholes. Community begs to differ. So it says Reddit users speculated that the president might be referring to the IRS wash sale rules not being applied to crypto yet, which is kind of I don't know. I don't know if this is what he's talking about or not, because how can you say how much that would be bringing in? But anyways, United States President Joe Biden, or aka Sleepy Joe, recently shared an infographic on Twitter. Do you honestly think he actually shares anything on Twitter? I don't think he's not tweeting. There's somebody else doing it for him. That's some bullshit. All right, it says calling to end tax loopholes that allegedly help wealthy crypto investors. Community members responded to the tweet questioning the figures shared by the president and if the said loopholes exist. Cutting such loopholes would save about $18 billion according to Biden. However, the president did not provide any information on which loopholes existed and what reforms would lead to the potential savings amount the president shared. Again, I highly doubt this guy is typing anything into Twitter. Is that just me, or am I don't know. You guys, what do you guys think? You guys think he's tweeting at all? Or is this just some bullshit, someone that works for him that's like, you know, normal age, not falling asleep? I feel like he'd just be like half typing and just like, you remember we're in school, you pay attention to the teacher, you just be falling asleep trying to look at the book, be head nodding. I feel like that's what he does. Or he just walks around aimlessly. No chance he's tweeting. All right, pseudo-anonymous crypto researcher Fatman responded saying that Biden's facts are off, in quotations. It says the crypto analysis highlighted that the crypto market shrank by 1.4 trillion in 2022, while corporate profits in the US were at 11.8 trillion. The crypto market is both much smaller and fell heavily. We both know where the loopholes really are, Fatman tweeted. Dogecoin co-founder Billy Marcus also replied to the Biden's tweet. Marcus asked which loopholes existed and claimed he gave the government more money than he made in crypto while taking all the risk. Marcus then points out that most American crypto users are not rich but are trying to use crypto because they can't make ends meet, which is a very valid point. Very valid point. What the hell just happened? What is this? Yeti, am I getting attacked? What the fuck was that? What was that? Did I just click on something? Is there anything here to click on? Did I hit this? That was weird. Yeti, you're gonna have to check my computer out. This thing has AIDS. I don't know what's happening. This is not fun. Oh my god. All right, let's see. Sleepy Joe can barely read a teleprompter. That's very true. That's very true. You guys see him get off stage the other day and he just walks around aimlessly? I think I mentioned that the other day too. But anyways, all right, let's get into this real quick. So yesterday, Altcoin Daily put out Bitcoin has never done this before, Pepe and XRP news. So I want to see what this has to say. And then Yeti said, "God damn, I guess I'm deep diving your PC instead." Please do. I don't know what the hell's going on with it. I tried to delete a bunch of stuff the other day and clear out like defrag the computer and all that because I noticed it was like being laggy. But I don't download stuff on this computer, so it's kind of weird, kind of throwing me off. But damn, good thing I didn't like download any crypto wallets and then just got completely screwed. All right, let's check out Altcoin Daily. Appreciate him for this video. I'm done reading. Let's just chat it up. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask in the chat. We'll go from there. All right, let's do it.
The Bitcoin network is in trouble. The number of unconfirmed Bitcoin transactions have reached a new all-time high of over 485,000. The average cost to send one Bitcoin transaction has jumped to $19.20.
Gross.
And pictures of frogs and other memes have rendered the BTC blockchain useless for microtransactions. So we have never seen the Bitcoin network this congested ever. Not in the bull market of 2021, not in the bull market of 2017. And this is leaving a lot of people worried that today, while we're not technically, we're sort of in crypto spring, not a bear market.
Hold on. Did I watch this one yesterday? Is this the one I watched yesterday? Does anybody know? Hold on. Let me look. I don't know if this is the one I meant to friggin' copy. Give me 1 second, fellas. You guys can look at my ugly mug while I do this real quick. Give me 1 second. I want to make sure this isn't the same video because I have a feeling it is. And I swear I highlighted a different one. Yes, this is the wrong video. Son of a bitch. I knew it was the wrong video. Hold on. It's this one right here. This is the one I wanted to play. It's the $1 billion whale buy. That's the one I wanted. Not this one. God damn. I knew it looked familiar. I was like, wait a minute. This one. All right. Back on track. Sorry. Jesus. This is a rough morning.
There is so much going on in crypto. In today's video, I'm going to clue you in to what the mainstream media will not tell you. Smash up that like button, comment your favorite altcoins in the comments section below, and let's jump right into it. PayPal has disclosed $1 billion worth of crypto on.
This is the one I wanted to talk about. Did you guys hear about this? I don't know if you guys saw this video, but that's pretty crazy. $1 billion of crypto assets on their balance sheet.
On their balance sheet.
Crazy.
They hold 4 tokens primarily. This increase in customer crypto assets comes as PayPal ups its crypto offering. PayPal disclosed nearly $1 billion in cryptocurrencies on its balance sheet in a 10-Q filing with the SEC. The company indicates it holds over $900 million worth of customer assets in Bitcoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin on its balance sheet. A 10-Q filing is a quarterly financial performance report mandated by the SEC to disclose financial information. What's interesting to me is the amount of customer crypto assets they hold, breaching the 1 billion mark, a sight to see. From the end of last year, the company reported an increase of 339 million in crypto assets. We maintain the internal record keeping of our customers' crypto assets, including the amount and type of crypto asset owned by each customer, PayPal said in its 10-Q. Reminder, PayPal is slowly adding crypto features. While once there was nothing, while once they were not into it, slowly over time they're adding more features for crypto holders. The payment provider has introduced numerous crypto features to its customers in the past few years. It enabled customer transfers to a third-party wallet and exchanges July 2022. It also recently rolled out crypto transfers on Venmo, the mobile payment service app. This allows customers to move holdings to external wallets while also letting users transfer cryptos to others through the app. This is
Hey, I have a quick question, actually, just because I don't know. Anybody that's like over the other side of the pond, is there an app that you guys use that's not PayPal that's similar to it, or is PayPal like the same thing you guys use over there? I'm assuming it's the same thing, but I just wasn't sure if there was like, you know, a sister company or something along those lines that are like kind of similar to PayPal that you guys would use.
is not the last we hear about PayPal and crypto, and I wonder what other tokens they'll be adding next. Pepe, a meme coin with a
Pepe.
meteoric rise into the spotlight,
We just call it PP coin. Just call it PP.
like what SHIB did in 2022, like what Doge did in 2021, what Pepe did in 2023, either a dip or a fall from grace. Crypto whale loses 500,000 plus speculating on Pepe meme.
This right here, crypto whale loses the 500K speculating, right? Well, that is because this guy is a dumbass, whoever did this. He just threw money into a project, didn't know anything about it. It's clearly a shitcoin. It clearly has no use case, and it's clearly just a meme. They literally state this on their website. Real quick, Yellowstone Mining said, I grew up in Germany. It was just PayPal. Okay, interesting. Paymate, is that real? Duke Nukem says, interesting.
Meme coin. Is it Pepe, Papa? Following
Pepe.
its Friday launch on Binance, the Pepe meme coin dropped 38% after 3 days, resulting in steep losses for speculators. Now, of course, the community says this is a buy the dip situation. On the other hand, the Binance team noted after they listed it, Pepe has no token utility or value support mechanism. Also, there are signs that certain insiders or team members were able to buy 7% of the total token supply minutes after the token generation event. Meme coins usually have no real utility and operate on the virality of the meme itself. Those who are early investors and sellers could see large profits, while those mistiming these sales could result in a huge loss. So Pepe, the
All right. Duke Nukem was just trolling, you bastard.
meme coin, launched on April 15th, has experienced a significant price drop recently. It got pumped to high heaven with the excitement over the Binance listing, now losing 38% of its value in just a few days. What do you think, Altcoin Daily audience? What do you think about this? This is a crypto project I need to turn you on to.
Oh my God. All right. So I caught this and I kind of stopped watching this video. So I don't know what goes on after this, but have you guys heard of this? Leonardo Lopez, whatever the hell his name is. This dude, or this is the brand. I think it's the brand. It's like a shoe. You earn crypto as you walk, but he got paid to sponsor this. So keep that in mind while we're watching this. It's just a bunch of, I don't know. He got paid.
Leandro Lopez.
That is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life, by the way. That looks absolutely ridiculous. Does that look cool to anybody? this purse chest. This is probably not even bulletproof thing.
My man pull up on me, shake me up, then give me the drip, the clothes.
Leandro Lopez is the
I don't know why
ultimate
he took a
combination of
sponsorship from this
luxury
bullshit.
fashion and crypto.
It's so stupid.
Earn money while you walk. These guys are an Altcoin Daily partner.
Yeah, so this is supposed to be earning money as you walk. This is crypto nonsense shoe stuff. I don't know what this is about. This is really just, I don't know.
This is a luxury brand whose brand is much larger than just crypto, but they're diving into crypto. This is really exciting. Many celebrities
Is it
who you've heard
like, why is that cool to anybody? This does not look cool. I don't care who you are. Like, this doesn't look cool. This is weird looking.
of are already wearing
Well,
Leandro.
this is because everybody wants to wear, like, they want to put their gun on their chest, right? Instead of wearing a fanny pack, they wear these things. Like, is that what it's about? I'm assuming. I have no idea why else you would wear this unless it's bulletproof.
Lopez, Floyd Mayweather.
Oh my God.
One of the best lines in the world.
He says that because he got them for free.
They have always treated me with open arms, always been nice, and the shoes that they made for me, the custom shoes, is a one-on-one. Diamond shoes.
So stupid.
So when
Why?
you see these shoes, hanging up in a frame
That's a
in one of
baby
my
carrier.
beautiful homes. Thanks to my partners right here.
I can't
I want to say
even.
thank you. Support the brand, support them,
Oh my God.
and support me.
Takashi69.
What's your man, Big
This guy. Oh my God.
Stein?
I don't even know.
Shout out to
I'm
Leandro
just gonna
Lopez
go
for the fucking drip. You know that shit's Treyway, man.
I can't do it. I can't do it anymore. Anyways, if you guys want sneakers that track crypto, go look at that. I don't know. Whatever. We're skipping it.
Sam Bankman-Fried update.
Next.
Sam Bankman-Fried wants 10 charges dropped, not guilty on all counts. SBF is looking to drop 10 of his 13 criminal charges due to a classic rush to judgment.
Yeah. All right. Bullshit. How do you honestly think that he's going to drop 10 out of 13 criminal charges?
The
All right.
official court document detailing why charges should be dropped read, Mr. Bankman-Fried.
I apologize if that video was the cause of anybody quitting crypto this morning. I'm sorry. That was my fault. All right. I wasn't sponsored by that stupid shoe company.
Had not defrauded anyone nor intended to defraud anyone. As you recall, Bankman-Fried has pleaded not guilty on all counts. Prosecutors have until May 29th to respond, and the hearing for dismissal will be June 15th. I don't know. I think he might be guilty on at least some of them. There is some interesting innovations.
You know, I wish right here. Oh, where is it? Let's go back to that picture. This. You guys know that MSPCA music where it's like, oh, just 10 cents a day. You can feed this puppy for a week. They should play that music. Somebody needs to make that meme. If anybody's good at doing that, please take this picture, have it zoom in slowly, and play that music. Maybe I'll do it. It'd be great.
He might be guilty on at least some of them. There is some interesting innovations happening with Bitcoin. Before we talk about BRC20s, let's talk about Bitcoin ordinals, something which we have talked about plenty of times. Now, the interesting thing is Binance, the biggest exchange in the world, I guess there's demand. Binance to bring Bitcoin NFTs to its marketplace through ordinal support. The crypto heavyweight is the latest contender to step into the ordinals ring. The leading cryptocurrency exchange by trading volume, Binance, announced today that it will support ordinal inscriptions on its NFT marketplace later this month, dipping its toes into the buzzy Bitcoin-based market. Now, Binance's NFT marketplace expanded its roster of supported networks in March when it added certain NFT collections from Polygon to its platform. Offered alongside NFTs on Ethereum and BNB chain, Binance's head of product, Kamat, calls support for Bitcoin, crypto's largest token by market cap, a notable addition. Quote, Bitcoin is the OG of crypto, he said. We believe things are just getting started from here and can't wait to see what the future holds in this space.
Real quick, we have 2 comments in the chat. So actually on the SBF stuff, Yeti said that depends if they think they can get a single one for the full sentence. They could drop the others just to pull their efforts into one single charge, which would be the largest. And that actually makes sense, to be honest. And then Patrick Guyan said, Yeti, he will walk. He paid off too many high influence people. And that's a good point too, because he did. And yeah, I don't know. I guess only time will tell.
Now, this is also something interesting, which is really new for Bitcoin. Like Ethereum has its ERC20 token standard to create altcoins, Bitcoin, through the Taproot integration, the same thing that made ordinals popular for the masses or possible for the masses. Now you can make tokens on Bitcoin in a similar way. BRC20 tokens have surpassed 1 billion market cap as wallet providers prepare integration. The growth in BRC20 tokens comes just 2 months after the creation of the Bitcoin token fungibility protocol, which made this possible. On May 9th, the total market cap of BRC20 Bitcoin tokens surpassed 1 billion. Some of the most notable deployed tokens include Ordi, Nulls, VMPX, Pepe, and Meme, with price variances between 11 to negative 55% within the past days by the dip. According to
I should have put a poll in the chat. How many is Austin just trolling with every time he says Pepe or he just named it like 10 different things, so it's kind of funny. Every time he says it though, it's always different.
To analysts at multi-chain wallet BitKeep, the BRC20 token standard is a novel form of fungible token that employs ordinals and inscriptions to create and manage token contracts, token minting, and token transfers, which are stored on the Bitcoin-based chain. Ordinals is a numbering system that assigns a unique number to each Satoshi, or one whatever of a Bitcoin, enabling its tracking and transfer. Meanwhile, the inscription process adds a layer of data to each Satoshi, allowing users to create unique digital assets on the Bitcoin blockchain.
Leo Lusting bought the Flux watch. Nice, bud. How much do you pay for it? Just wondering. Guys, yeah, don't forget to hit that like button. Yeti, thank you so much. And I love how he said each Satoshi or one whatever Bitcoin. That was great.
So there's the BRC20 token standard, there are ordinals, and there are inscriptions. The BRC20 token standard was developed by Twitter user Domo on March 8th. Currently, there are over 14,000 BRC20 tokens deployed on Bitcoin, compared to an estimated 400 million tokens on Ethereum. Despite its traction, BitKeep researchers wrote, BRC20 creator has openly stated that the standard is worthless and that users should not waste money mass minting this fun experiment. What are your thoughts on BRC20 tokens or ordinals? Hopefully, we see you at Bitcoin Miami. If you're...
Oh, man. All right. I'm going to get out of that. Thank you so much to Altcoin Daily for the video. I do have another one I want to watch. So this one, the WEF wants to take your job. This report is crazy. So this is about like, oh, what's it stand for? Why can't I think of it? Wow. World something. God damn it. What's WEF stand for? Anybody know? I'm just going to Google it. Let's look. Let's see. I forget. World Economic Forum. There we go. There we go. All right. So this is about like AI BS. So let's see. Thank you, Duke Nukem and Carl Coate. I don't know why I could not think of it for the life of me. All right. This is Coin Bureau. Go check him out, but I want to hear what he has to say. I'm going to speed this up to 125. So if it's talking too fast, just let me know and we'll go from there.
Almost a quarter of all
Sorry,
jobs
he's
will be
loud.
disrupted over the next 5 years. This is according to the World Economic Forum, or WEF's, latest Future of Jobs report, which predicts that AI will eliminate tens of millions of jobs.
Do you guys agree with that? I unfortunately do, because it's almost inevitable, unfortunately.
According to WEF chairman Klaus Schwab's top advisor, this will create a, quote, useless class of humans, and it begs the question of what the WEF plans to do about it. Today, I'm going to summarize the most important parts of the WEF's jobs report, reveal which jobs are most at risk of disruption, and tell you who the useless class of humans really are.
All right, well, I guess that's it, guys. We're gonna have to end this stream. My wife just said she feels like her morning's not complete if she doesn't hear this guy's voice. So she's apparently leaving me for a British person. Yeti, that's it. I'm gonna have to take you out of my DMs. We're no longer friends. Can't speak to my wife anymore. Just kidding. Just
the report
joking.
I'll be summarizing today is titled, quote, Future of Jobs Report 2023. It was published by the WEF earlier this month, and I'll leave a link to the full report in the description. It's almost 300 pages long.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Hence why I'll only be summarizing the most important parts. Now, the report begins with a disclaimer that the data and findings may not be entirely accurate. This is an understatement given that many of the WEF's predictions and projects have failed to stand the test of time. A great example was the idea that by 2020, Bitcoin would be consuming more energy than the whole world was in 2017. That aged well, didn't it, Klaus? Now, the authors then pivot to the preface, wherein WEF Managing Director Sadia Zahidi reveals that the WEF has been publishing these biannual jobs reports since 2016. This is coincidentally when Yuval Noah Harari, Klaus Schwab's aforementioned top advisor, first said that many humans will soon be useless. In any case, Sadia explains that this jobs report was put together with the input of over 800 companies operating in 27 different countries. It also included feedback from online courses site Coursera, online job site Indeed, and jobs-focused social media site LinkedIn. Totally not biased at all. Sadia finishes by saying that she hopes this report will help bring the WEF one step closer to achieving its, quote, ambitious multi-stakeholder agenda. For context, stakeholders is the term the WEF uses to refer to powerful individuals and institutions that are a part of the club, not regular folks like us. Sadia also used some interesting wording in her outro. She said that she hopes the report will help stakeholders navigate, quote, social, environmental, and technological transitions. This is interesting because I was expecting to see social, environmental, and governance, or ESG, the investment ideology. If you watched our recent video about the EU's upcoming ESG regulations, you'll know that the WEF has been pushing ESG in the private sector. You'll also know that the G in ESG basically means control. Sadia's use of technology in place of governance therefore suggests technology will be used for control. Conspiracies aside, the authors go on to provide a short list of key findings. Now, normally I'd skip this section, but I've read through enough WEF reports to know that what they note in the summaries and the text can be a bit different. This might be because the authors know that most people won't read past the intro bit. Regardless, the authors highlight a couple of dozen key findings. First, the report contains the broadest dataset so far. Second, there will be divergent trends in the labour market, meaning some regions will do better than others. Third, technology will transform business. The authors include ESG compliance here. Fourth, the environment and the economy will both create and destroy jobs. More ESG stuff here. Fifth, companies, specifically 75% of them, will adopt AI technologies. Recall, this is for the next 5 years. Sixth, AI will initially have a positive impact on job growth and productivity. Finally, something positive. Funnily enough, the seventh key finding is negative, though. 23% of jobs will experience, quote, churn, meaning people either leaving, being hired, or new jobs being created. The authors estimate that the total number of jobs will decline by 2%, at least based on the data from their questionable participant pool. The eighth finding is fascinating. Automation will be integrated at a much slower pace than expected. Only 1% of existing jobs will be replaced by robots over the next 5 years. The ninth finding is fivefold. It breaks down the sectors that will gain or lose the most jobs due to technology and macro trends. The sectors with the most job gains will be those related to technology and sustainability. Education, agriculture, and commerce will also grow significantly. The sectors with the most job losses will be those related to customer service. Traditional security, factory, and commerce will also shrink significantly. On that note, you should know that the WEF's obsession with technology is ultimately because they know they do not have the physical manpower to control the population. The only option is to digitize everything and control us that way. You can bet that's what's going to replace traditional security.
So I put in the chat a poll. I want to know what you guys think when it comes to AI. Will it make some humans useless? Unfortunately, I do think so. It's just it's one of those things that we're not going to be able to avoid it. Unfortunately, it is going to take over certain jobs. I mean, other jobs it can't. Kind of like I've said this before. I think DJ actually was asking questions about it one day in the chat, saying how like I'm a tradesman, so plumbers. When it comes to like AI and robots doing like plumbing and things like that, there's so many applications they wouldn't be able to make robots to do things along those lines eventually. This is like way out in the future, but just in general, unless they knock down every building and made every building exactly the same, it's impossible, in my opinion anyways, for AI to do things like that. But when it comes to like computer jobs or office jobs, certain roles that people play, these things could definitely take over. I mean, at least in my opinion, it's kind of, I don't know, it is concerning. But
about the WEF's plans and how to resist them using the link in the description. I digress. Now, the 10th finding is that analytical and creative thinking will continue to be the most important skill for the average worker. The 11th finding is that almost half of the skills considered valuable today will be irrelevant in half a decade. The 12th finding is that retraining will be out of reach for many. The 13th finding is that the most important skills aren't always recognized by companies. The 14th finding is that companies will have trouble hiring and keeping people. You don't say. The 15th finding is that companies will likely turn to automation because of this. The 16th finding is that companies overwhelmingly prioritize women, young people, and disabled people in their hiring processes. And the final finding is that half of businesses want government subsidies to retrain their workforces. They even want the government to subsidize their employees' wages. Doesn't sound like capitalism to me. Anyways, in the first part of the report, the authors give an overview of the jobs market. They start by saying that the last 3 years have resulted in significant changes and volatility. Note that the WEF started its Great Reset initiative when the pandemic began in 2020. I'm sure that's just another coincidence. Now, the authors note that the pandemic restrictions caused a massive spike in unemployment. Whereas unemployment in the developed world has since come down, unemployment in the developing world remains high. They give the example of South Africa, which has a 30% unemployment rate.
That is so sad. Just looking at that, that's so sad. That's terrible.
They give the example of South Africa, which has a 30% unemployment rate. They attribute the discrepancy in recovery to the inability of developing countries to employ the same kind of fiscal and monetary policies as developed countries. What's scary is that the reshoring of supply chains and the use of AI could mean that unemployment stays high in developing countries. By contrast, Western countries are facing labor shortages in many sectors, particularly those that were on the front lines during the pandemic.
Real quick, actually, RC did make a good point in the chat. He said, we already have a worker shortage At worst, AI bots will help fill the gap, and we are far, far, far away from lowest workers being replaced. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, no, that makes total sense. Makes total sense, at least in my opinion.
As a result, businesses in these sectors have been scrambling to do everything they can to retrain their employees, but they are apparently failing in this. Unfortunately, women and young people experienced the greatest losses in employment during the pandemic. This is likely due to the overrepresentation of women and young people in the services industry, which was hit the hardest by the pandemic restrictions. That's putting it very lightly. To offset this arguably unnecessary damage, quote, almost 3,900 social protection measures were implemented across 223 economies to support the labour force impacted by the pandemic. These measures are estimated to have reached close to 1.2 billion people globally. That's a lot of stimmies.
Yeah.
And the authors seem to suggest that governments should continue these stimulative programs in a more targeted manner. They also note that over 2 billion people work in informal jobs. This accounts for 70% of the population of developing countries and almost 20% in developed countries. Not surprisingly, the real wages of workers worldwide fell for the first time in over 15 years as a result of all the inflation caused by pandemic stimulus and supply chain disruptions. Europeans saw the greatest loss in purchasing power, but Africa was the most affected. Almost 100 million people fell into poverty. If you watched our video about China's economic reopening, you'll know that the virus was already on every continent by the end of 2019 due to the Wuhan Military Olympic Games from October. It's crazy to think how much damage was done in the name of containing something that was already free. Now, when it comes to worker preferences, the authors found that over a third of employees are planning on leaving their jobs in the next 2 years, and almost half are open to new opportunities. The number one reason for this is that employees don't feel their income is keeping up with inflation. Almost 70% of Gen Z workers also don't like the lack of diversity and inclusion at their company. Not sure that's the most pressing thing facing the world right now, but hey, it's their opinion. Oddly enough, the authors call on regulators to rein in generative AI as quickly as possible, but also ensure that it's adaptable enough to cover all the new AI use cases being discovered by the private sector. Why do I have the feeling that all these AI models will have the same values as the WEF elites? Anyhow, the second part of the report unpacks the, quote, drivers of labour market transformation. The authors start...
So real quick, before we keep listening to him, we had a couple things in the chat. So Mr. Detroit Irish said, Chump, we don't have a worker shortage. COVID taught people they can stay home and collect a government check, and now they want reasonable salaries for entry-level jobs. Gotcha. Yeah, and they just don't want to work anymore. That's super true. And then we have Ted said the real problem is going to be big corporations. They are going to try and replace the highest paid jobs with AI and still complain they don't have enough people. Yeah, no, that's a good point too. Yeah, I mean, as a big corporation, how much money could AI save you? With, you know, I mean, as like I was a business owner at one point, right? And it's hard, man. It's hard to have funds to pay for people to work for you. It comes down to insurance. When you pay them weekly, you pay taxes on top of their taxes, which a lot of people don't understand. So like, say you're paying somebody, you know, I don't know, X amount of dollars an hour, and they're paying $300 to, you know, just taxes in general off their check every week. Like, you have to contribute to not only you have to pay them not only that entire salary or whatever they're getting in their check, and then they get taxed on it. You have to pay on top of that taxes that they pay as well. You have to pay like 2/3 whatever taxes they pay on top of their paycheck. So it's like money on top of money you got to pay to employ somebody. So when it comes to being able to more or less use a robot to take over a job that could save you potentially a lot of money, it's a good move for a lot of big companies, and it's unfortunate, but it's true. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I guess we'll have to see. All right, let's continue.
Anyhow, the second part of the report unpacks the, quote, drivers of labour market transformation. The authors start by saying that ESG is creating new opportunities, but claim that, quote, these positive drivers are offset by growing geo-economic tensions and a cost of living crisis. Now, this is ironic considering that ESG policies have been causing these issues. The E has resulted in energy shortages, the S has resulted in hiring people based on things other than merit, and the G has resulted in intense top-down control. The end result is inefficiencies and shortages that cause inflation and conflict. Speaking of which, the authors note that 80% of respondents cited ESG as one of the macro trends that will change their business in the next 5 years. Meanwhile, In the real economy, institutions are opting out of ESG because they've realized that it results in losses when BlackRock isn't giving them printed money. Make no mistake, without the ability to print money out of thin air, ESG would not exist. Naturally, the authors are unable to draw the connection between ESG and the slower economic growth, supply shortages, and rising cost of living, which they say will cause most of the projected job losses. They also say that the pandemic will be a contributing factor. The pandemic was over as of the 5th of May, by the way. Unless, of course, they're talking about the so-called cyber pandemic the WEF has been warning about since the start of the actual pandemic. More about the WEF's cyber attack simulation using the link in the description. Moving on. Now, the authors then finally provide some objectively useful data with the infographic. As you can see, it highlights which countries will have the most geopolitical divisions, the most localized supply chains, and will experience supply shortages. The top countries are the Philippines, the UAE, and Vietnam, respectively. After talking about how the so-called green transition will result in lots of new jobs thanks to trillions of dollars of printed money, the authors pay homage to the WEF's fourth industrial revolution. They say that it has been the driver of technological change in business, which is certainly news to me. Obviously, AI is one of the cornerstones of the fourth industrial revolution, as is robotics. The authors lament the fact that not as many humans have been replaced by robots as they had previously projected. However, they're confident that AI will do the trick over the next 5 years. To be exact, they believe that 15% of all job tasks will be automated by AI come 2027, and believe this figure could rise as high as 50% if the factual inaccuracies of AI are addressed. This begs the question of who will teach AI to tell the facts. The answer is probably the WEF's stakeholders, namely Microsoft. Now, the third part of the report pertains to the outlook for jobs in general. The authors start by reiterating that almost a quarter of the global workforce will experience churn, which they call, quote, the pace of reallocation of workers and jobs. Ah yes, reallocating workers, just like commodities. Here you can see the industries that will experience the highest levels of churn over the next 5 years. The list is surprising, to say the least. In first place, we have media, entertainment, and sports. In second place, we have government and public sector, and in third place, we have IT and digital communications. Here you can see which jobs will see the biggest increases and the biggest losses. The 3 biggest gainers will be AI, sustainability, and business intelligence. The 3 biggest losers will be bank tellers, postal service clerks, and cashiers. I reckon this assumes we get the cashless society the WEF wants. Here you can see where the demand for social jobs is highest in different countries. Logically, social jobs means any jobs where you still work face-to-face with people.
That's interesting, actually. United States is like below the middle.
Something else the WEF also seems to want to phase out. France, Ireland, and Belgium are all very low on care, education, and healthcare workers. Now this ties into the fourth part of the report, which is about the skills that future workers will need in 5 years' time. The authors start by assessing the skills that workers need today. As mentioned earlier, the skills employers look for the most are analytical thinking, creative thinking, and flexibility. Yep, still got it. And with a sense of humor like that, AI should replace me within the next 5 to 10 minutes. Anyway, the top 3 skills that workers will need in the coming years are again creative thinking and flexibility, but the third most important skill will be technological literacy. Flexibility only comes in 5th place after curiosity. Something tells me the WEF doesn't want people to be too curious, though. To their credit, the authors then point out that these projected future skills are inconsistent with the jobs that are highly in demand today and will continue to be tomorrow. These jobs are mostly physical and include jobs in sectors like healthcare, food production, mining, and manufacturing. In terms of reskilling, that is, employee training, the top skills employers are trying to improve are again analytical thinking and creative thinking, followed by AI and big data, leadership, and, quote, social influence. I can't help but be reminded here of the WEF's young global leaders and global shapers. More about them in our video down below. But back to AI. Now, what you see here are the industries that are prioritizing AI training for their employees. Believe it or not, but the industry prioritizing AI training the most is insurance and pension management. At the other end of the spectrum...
I mean, why? That makes sense, right? I mean, I'm sure it's a huge pain in the ass for everybody that's into, like, insurance stuff, right?
Meanwhile, you have accommodation, food, and leisure, which makes sense. Now, this relates to the 5th part of the report, and that's, quote, workforce strategies. The authors start by underscoring the barriers to business transformation. The biggest ones are gaps in skills, an inability to attract talent, and regulations. These are presumably holding back the fourth industrial revolution. Good. Now, to address these barriers, companies are investing heavily in training employees and automating as many of their processes as possible. They're also going to focus on developing and retaining their existing workforces rather than hiring new people. WEF stakeholders, eh? What else did you expect? Snarky comments aside, what's cool is that the authors showcase how long it takes to hire for certain jobs in different countries. It looks like medical information jobs in Ireland are filled the fastest, while medical technician jobs in Italy can take over a year to fill. Note how these are all physical jobs. Besides that, there's not much else to note. The fifth part of the report finishes with a discussion about how companies are focusing their hiring on diversity and inclusion criteria instead of merit, and the conclusion talks about how businesses face self-imposed challenges to employee hiring and retention. And now for the big question. Who are the useless humans the WEF's advisors keep talking about? Well, from where I'm standing, it looks like the useless humans are those forcing their illogical policies on the global population. Some would say that's worse than being useless. Others would say it's pure evil. In case it wasn't clear enough, the WEF cares a lot about jobs, but not so much about the people that do them. This makes sense given that the organization's focus is to create economic growth at all costs, probably because it's the only thing that will keep this debt-driven fiat Ponzi scheme going.
Look at the debt. Look at the debt that we have. This is insane. What is this? Is thousands, millions, billions, trillions, so $31 trillion in national debt. That's freaking crazy. This is insane. Gosh.
The only thing that will keep this debt-driven fiat Ponzi scheme going. If a quarter of all working people must see their jobs disrupted or lost in the name of this economic growth, then so be it. At no point does the WEF stop and ask whether the average employee wants to be working from a metaverse office or if the average pupil wants to be learning while sitting in front of a screen.
That's going to be the average college kid right here, by the way. Just sitting in the dorm room with this thing attached to his face.
It reminds me of something macro analyst Mike Green once said, and that's that the average person doesn't care about economic growth. What the average person cares about is that their living standard increases or at least doesn't get worse, and this isn't always dependent on economic growth. This is what makes the WEF's various initiatives so sinister. Not only do they call for economic growth at all costs, but they simultaneously call for the average person's living standards to be reduced. They say this based on the assumption that the world would quickly run out of resources if everyone lived well. If you watched our video about the ongoing population decline, you'll know that this scarcity philosophy first became popular in the late 1960s. You'll also know that it's been invalidated time and time again. Innovation has managed to create more food, more shelter, and more wealth for everyone every time. The WEF doesn't like that, and I think I know why. It's the same reason why the Chinese Communist Party doesn't want its population to become middle-class consumers. You and me, the useless class, we are the greatest threats to the people in power. The influence we gain is the influence they lose. Case in point, the WEF and its stakeholders are obsessed with technologies, such as AI and automation, that result in the average person losing power. At the same time, they actively decry technologies that result in the average person gaining power, such as actual cryptocurrencies and clean nuclear energy. Now, the good news is that the WEF's own projections have been about as accurate as all the doomsday predictions that inspire them. The bad news is that lots of people have drunk the Kool-Aid when it comes to genuine issues such as the environment, and this has already inflicted immense harm on humankind. The silver lining is that, so long as information continues to flow, more and more people will become aware of what the WEF is up to and oppose its policies. If we succeed, then in 2027 there will be more jobs than there are today, and the standard of living for the average person will be better than ever. That sounds a whole lot better than the WEF's plans, doesn't it? And that's all for today's video. If you
That is it. Appreciate Coin Bureau for the video. It was actually really good. Really good. What do you guys think about it? I put a poll in the chat. I want to end this. Actually, let's see where we're at. So 51% said, unfortunately, yes. You guys think it is going to take over, right? Then we have no, 26%. AI can't do everything. And then potentially says 23%. Interesting. And Dan Ruggs, I love your new name. Love it. Dan Ruggs, Pepe. Great. Absolutely great. All right. So this afternoon, actually, before we get out of here, Mr. Yeti and myself, we're going to dive into Clore.ai and just see if this thing's safe. And I guess, I don't know. I guess we're just going to rip apart this entire thing and see what it's about. I want to know if they actually, what they have to do with AI, or if they're just living off the buzzword here of you know, the token in the name. Is this thing actually even let me see it, hashrate.no. Let's see, is this even are we looking for Clore? Is it still profitable? No, losing money on all the AMD cards, Nvidia cards. I guess it's not, it could be worse, right? I mean, the profits are down, but whatever. It's still one of those coins that was very high on the list. Looks like Dynex, Nexa, and Ironfish. And we had still some concern, actually. Some people were talking about Dynex. I actually got an email. I'm going to share it with you, Yeti, later today about Dynex. And maybe we have to do like a sit-down video and kind of go through it a little bit more. Just because, yeah, there's still some concerns, which is kind of interesting. But anyways, I'll share that with you later privately. But this Clore AI, I want to rip into it a little bit. I want to see how involved they actually are in AI. If there's a way to find out, that would be excellent. And yeah, I mean, we're more or less just going to make sure the thing's safe. You guys aren't going to get any viruses downloading this wallet or whatever, because it is a Clore wallet, similar to like, you know, Neoxa or whatever. Just a normal Clore wallet that just goes on your PC. And there has been wallets that have viruses in them before, right? There was, I forget, Kaka or something. I think it was Kaka, K-A-W. I don't even know how to say it. Anyways, I think that was one of the wallets that had a virus in it. So like if you downloaded that Clore wallet, it would violate all of your other Clore wallets on your PC, which means it would steal like your private keys from there. So like you'd have to send the money out to a different wallet. It is Kaka or whatever the frick you call it. Sustainable crypto. Thank you. Let's see. Well then, let's go to Dynex and get Sumi on. Yeah, we have to do that actually too. We have to do that. So I got to set up an interview with Sumi. DJ Mines did a pretty decent one. We have to get some questions from the community. So if anybody here has questions for Dynex that you want to talk to like Sumi directly, get words right out of his mouth, please comment on this video or send me a Discord chat, just DM or put it in the VIP section, something along those lines. I just want to make sure that we get all the questions out if everybody wants to do that. I don't know if he's actually willing to do it live or not, Yeti. That would be kind of cool if we could pay attention to the chat as he's talking, maybe get some questions there. But yeah, I don't know, some people still have concerns about it, so I guess we'll see. It's mostly that, like, is it legit, right? Not that it's like a virus or anything along those lines. It's more just how the hell is it doing this computing in the background, and is there any proof of it? And this guy actually put a couple links in the email, so I'm gonna send you those, Yeti. I want to see what you think about it, because I haven't had a chance to dive into the links yet, but I'll send it to you, make sure they're safe, and then we'll check it out. But he emailed me, Son of a Tech, and 2 other people, I think, on this email, so we're gonna have to find out. He sounds like Arnold. He does. He sounds like Arnold. I want to ask if he has a voice changer, because he sounded different in a couple videos. So that's one of the questions I'm definitely asking. And if he does, it is what it is. I mean, it's trying to be anonymous in some sense, you know, so yeah. You have me interested. Yes, I will send it to you shortly, Yeti. I'll forward it to you. Just DM me your email, actually, and I'll just forward the whole thing. That way you can see it. Let's see. Yes, he did. Really? Yes, he did. You think he did? Mr. Dorist? I don't even know how the hell to read your name. I'm sorry. I'm just going to call you J Doe. All right. J Doe. Did he admit that he had one? Because I would be very, very curious if he did. JD. There we go. I'll just call you JD. Perfect. Market recovering slowly. All right. Let's check out real quick. Let's see. I want to see where this Pepe coin's at today, actually. Oh, wow. BTC is up over 28. It was 27.8 when we started. Nice. $400 jump. And ETH took a $100 jump. Nice. Oh, boy. Where's the... Oh, what am I doing? Let's check out Pepe. I just want to see. Just the hell of it. Where's it at? Down 5.1% today. I'm wondering if this shit's going to pop off again. What do you guys think? I'm very, very curious to know. I mean, overall, it's still, like, if you look at this 30-day chart, I mean, it's only been out for friggin' 30 days, but look at it. It's impressively still high. So I'm kind of, I don't know. I wonder if Coinbase is going to list it. Do you think it's going to happen? Does anybody think it's going to happen? I wonder if Coinbase will list it. I mean, they listed Dogecoin, they listed Shiba. Anything's possible at this point. It'll go to zero soon. Maybe. Yeah, it could, dude. It very, very, very well could. But anyways, not on Coinbase. You don't think so? Yeah, I'd be interested if it would. I don't know. I guess we'll have to see. I know they got their hands tied with all this SEC bullshit. So once that's all done, I guess that, you know, only time will tell. Only time will tell. I'm a Pepe millionaire. Perfect. Ninja Kid. Me too. Me too. Fully transparent. I swapped $100 into it yesterday just to see. And if I lose $100, $100, whatever. You know what I mean? But if it goes up, dude, you never know. You never know. And I used that swap space thing from my video, the one I showed you guys on. I should have like did an example during that, but I didn't want to buy in at that moment. I waited a couple days till it dropped down a bit. Also, so old man crypto, Coinbase and Flux. I don't think it's gonna happen, unfortunately. Honestly, so like if you listen to Brian Armstrong talk when he was saying what is it, 90% of the coins they actually get thrown to them, they don't list. It's kind of unfortunate, but at the same time, they're probably the most educated when it comes to the SEC. So if they list something that could be potentially a security, it's not going to, you know, it's not going to make it on Coinbase. That's just my opinion anyways. But I don't think it's Flux so much. I think it's the parallel assets that probably throw the thing for a loop. I think that's what it is. I don't think it's Flux in general, because Flux, yeah, I don't think it's a security, but it's all the other shit, right? Like all of the other just parallel assets that could potentially be considered a security would throw that into the bucket of more or less the shit list, right? So kind of sucks. I think Gemini listed Pepe, or listing is coming soon. Interesting. Did the SEC respond to court? No, Alvidas, I will 100% cover that. So 4 days. They have 4 days. You know, we can, let me Google it quick while we're here. SEC response to Coinbase. Let me see. Let's see. Oh, let me share. This is like really bright, so apologize. Blinding anybody. Man, I feel like my light is all screwed up today. What's going on here? Let me change that. All right, so Coinbase Global Inc., one of the largest cryptocurrency exchanges in the United States, filed a lawsuit against securities. Yeah, so this is May 8th. This is just this is nothing. It's more or less they're still going on. They haven't got an answer yet. As far as I know, that's what I could find. SEC ordered to respond to Coinbase. Let me change that again. There we go. Yeah, no, they're not gonna get an answer until the last day. SEC has 10 days to respond. Again, this is on, yeah, it was 6 days ago, so they had 10 days from the 4th. Today is the 10th, so yeah, I don't think oh, hold on, what's this? Oh, CoinDesk, of course. Oh god, I honestly, I don't know why I never used Brave browser before, but this shit is just unreal. How many friggin' ads are on these sites? You know what, maybe we could talk about this later today too. I'll try to see if I can dig anything up, to be honest. So there's a video here. It's 8 minutes long. I'm not gonna watch it now because I don't have time, unfortunately, but yeah, I don't know. They had 10 days from the 4th, so the 14th is their last day. So we'll have to see. But overall, things are starting to lift off. LTC is back over 80 bucks, raised $2. Nice. In the last like hour. Mint. Cool. All right, guys. You're all awesome. Appreciate you all. Pocket Change, good point. What'd you say? I also think Flux is onto better things than just being listed on Coinbase. Also, you get listed on Coinbase, you have to play by their rules. Yeah, so that's a very good point as well. That's a very good point. Yeah, I mean, they would have to comply with everything, and I don't know what Flux has going on. Like they have the proof of useful work coming up, which is going to be a big deal. So guys, make sure you stay tuned for that, and go watch King's video. Actually, he made a good video about that, so I got to rewatch it. But proof of useful work coming. They have the Flux websites, which are there, parallel assets. There's so much behind Flux that it's too much to like try to I'm sure it's too much for Coinbase to be like, okay, I want to be involved with this. You know what I mean? It's a lot to look into. So I mean, now I kind of get the reason why there's such a delay or even if it's going to happen at all. Check out TerraHash Tuesday too. Did they talk about it last night? Dude, I fell asleep yesterday, literally for like, I think I slept for like 6 hours. I fell asleep at like 4 and woke up like 10. I was out, man. I was so dead. It was awful. Tech company, Kyle Rosa. Let's see. Oh yeah, because tech company. Interesting. BTC is forced now to pump 60K soon. You think so? That'd be amazing. So I feel like we're going to have a pump before the end of the year, to be honest. And then towards Christmas time, like typically around November-ish, we end up losing a bit, right? People sell off to buy, say, Christmas gifts or just holiday stuff, take trips, whatever. So typically we see a pullback from like the end of November through like December into like the tax new year, right? So I think we'll see that. But then when it comes to the next year, we're having the halving, right? That's happening. So Bitcoin's gonna be cut in half, their rewards. Usually we see a slight dip and then a pump after. So I mean, nobody knows the future of Bitcoin, but we're gonna see what happens. I think it's going to only get better. So I mean, we'll probably have a pullback though once it starts pumping. I think it'll be sooner, like this summer. Yeah, so the pump will happen probably this summer if I had to guess. If I had to like pull something out of thin air, not financial advice, probably see a pump around summertime, right? And then again, pull back around November, December. That's usually what happens. Then it will dip to 40K before Christmas. Interesting. Interesting. Do you trade, Alvidus? I'm interested to know if you trade. If you do, please feel free to share some stuff in Discord because people could benefit from that. Also, Lil's Indicator, I think, is the channel he's starting up. Hold on, let me see. This is Little Time Mining over at my Discord. Lil's Indicator. I actually still have to I feel like an asshole because I haven't watched this video yet, but this guy, if you guys wouldn't mind, let me put this on here so you guys can see. This is him. Actually, I'm gonna have to help you fix your banner, but I love the logo. It's amazing. I love it. I think it's a whale or a shark. It's like a whale shark. No, it's definitely a shark. It's got a fin. That's pretty cool. Anyways, I got to check out his video. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm going to put a link in the chat. If you guys aren't subbed to him, go sub because he's actually, he's pretty good. He's pretty good when it comes to charting and stuff. There we go. So go check him out. I think I'm going to schedule a, like a trading stream with him at some point. Try to work it into the daily grind if I can. That way you guys get some trading knowledge as well as, you know, just crypto news shit. So anyways. All right, guys, have a good day. I got to get out of here. Daddy duty's calling. Hopefully you guys have a great and happy Wednesday. Don't forget Clore AI stuff. We're going to be doing it today, this afternoon. So throw it in the comments below or shoot me a message in Discord. Smash the like on the way out, and I'll catch you guys soon. Peace out.